Legend of Total War here, and today we've got a Saving a Disaster battle playing as the Vampire Counts going up against Ostland. And even though we outnumber the enemy, we have an army comprised mostly of zombies, and they have Greatswords in here, and they have to be dealt with in order to win the battle. And we've only really got 2 units that have any chance of dishing out damage to them. The Stearnsmen and Verge Reavers, just because they're the only ones with any real significant ability to dish out damage. And the problem with Verge Reavers is that if we pin these guys down, fighting the Stearnsmen, right, and then we recharge them with Verge Reavers, there's a possibility that they'll actually break from the combat just for a second and charge into our cavalry, even with a 1 second's notice, and do charge bonus damage to us. So we'll end up recharging them, and we'll end up taking more damage. So it's a big problem with cavalry at the moment. I have actually fought a battle recently, just in my own time, where I had a situation like this where I was going up against like an enemy with great weapons, and I kept charging into their rear, but they would countercharge me at the very last second, and I would actually end up taking more damage than them. So that's a big problem. But anyway, we need to find a way around this and defeat them, because it is on the hardest difficulty in terms of battle difficulty, and they've got a lot of experience on us. So, well, technically the Stearnsmen have more experience because they're Regiment of Renown, but they do have 5 of them. And there's no way that, based on very hard battle difficulty, we can handle that. Just with this one unit, we have to outsmart them. So, let me see here. We're going to have to get rid of everything else before we really start even trying to get rid of the Greatswords. So what we need to do is slow them down. So, there's some water over here. What we can do is try to get them to fight here, so that they lose 20% of their melee attack. Now, if we fight in the water, we'll also lose 20% of our melee attack as well, but our melee attack is pointless. It's just, we're not going to do any damage to them. This guy here doesn't have any serious magic, so can't just Wind of Death him. If we did have Wind of Death, this would obviously be very easy. So, just checking, it is actually very hard battle difficulty. Yep. Easy way to check. Just look over that difficulty modifier. Now, one easy way that you could probably make this battle very winnable, because the balance of power doesn't seem that bad. The problem here is just a type advantage, right? We don't have anything that's going to be good against the Greatswords. Nothing at all. Even if we sent everything, all just at the Greatswords to go into melee, they'd probably still win, just because of the just type advantage. Loads of armor, anti-infantry, they'll just eat right through us. Bring everyone over here. And one way that you could just circumnavigate this, and a lot of players do this, is just lower the difficulty. Drop it down to easy, no problem, right? But, you know, that's not particularly impressive and doesn't require a video to showcase that. So we're going to figure out a way to actually beat this on the hardest difficulty. And we're going to have to find a way to beat them. Now, the first thing that we need to do, whenever you're dealing with an army, you want to be recognizing which units are going to be the hardest to deal with, and deal with everything else before you deal with that, basically. Because the hope is that we can inflict the army loss penalty at some point so that it deals with maybe half of them. And in order to do that, every other unit has to be annihilated, basically without any cost to us. And then we just have to delay them. Hence why we're trying to use the water here to slow them down. Not necessarily trying to corner camp, although that's exactly what we're doing, because that's where the water is. So what we want to do, get rid of... Actually, no, you should have come over here first. Just realized we should get the mortars to shoot at him, so that they stay back. Problem here, though, this guy's on horseback. So we just gotta wait for the mortars to isolate, and then we just send in our units. So our stuff's hidden. That's fine. How are we going over here? Okay, we don't want to be standing in the water ourselves. That's a mess. Not too much. Okay. Alright, this is good. They're shooting at us there. That's fine. As long as they're... Okay, that's fine. As long as they're busy, that's good. Get back over here. They can't quite see all the troops here. See, we've got to give ourselves enough time that we can get at them without these guys being like, oh shit, and turn around and go and deal with us.
You serve me.
Once they're far enough away that their reinforcements just couldn't possibly get back to them, that's when we go in. Alright, let's go. Okay. Good. Good, good. Just keep these guys hidden for now. See, now that they're starting to turn around, are they? No, they're basically, they can't reach it. They've recognized that. So, in any sort of duel situation here, it's usually good to summon zombies just so that the enemy unit, enemy like general, whatever, has a chance of hitting them. This is really, really useful if you want to duel. Alright, the mortars are dealt with. We still gotta deal with the guns. Just gotta wait for the guns to be isolated. If we charge at them now, then... Well... They're just gonna try to protect them. So we just gotta give ourselves a bit more time. Yeah, we got these zombie summons we can use to buy a bit of time, which is good, as they start moving forward over here. Let's keep him within the zombie formations. Guys, just over here. Alright, let's try to bring him back. Can easily neck him. Okay, let's get back. Actually, the water is right here. It stops there. Oh man, I'd kill for a wind of death right now. Can't go charging in yet. Gotta wait for these guys here to commit. Okay, they're pretty much committing. Alright, let's go. Everyone get over here. Time to take out their missile units before they do too much damage. So yeah, they're aiming for the Sternsmen. We gotta move them more in here so they can be shielded by zombies. Okay, and you need to be dueling their heroes. Just keep using the zombie summons just to buy us some time here while we take this out. They're really trying to bloody get the Sternsmen there. Let's move them back a little bit further, out of their range. Alright, well that'll get rid of the handgunners. Not too concerned about the Free Company militia just yet. Okay, keep buying more time with zombie summons. It's good because they're just eating through this. We're not losing really a lot of balance of power with that because we only lose 4 winds of magic with it. Doesn't count towards our it doesn't count that much towards our balance of power because we gain it and then we lose it. It's all about starting balance of power anyway.
with my fist.
Okay, good. Got a situation here where it's really not favorable for him, because he... Yeah, that's it. We just use the zombies as meat shields. Save our best for last. Yeah. Just keep the summon zombies going for as long as possible here. Could summon it on this one here, but these guys are just about freed up. Let's go. That's shattered. Killing him would be better. Yep, we got him. Cool, cool, cool. Good, good, good. Alright, now this guy will be a little bit more difficult because he's stuck in there. Alright, go in there. Just leave this one to run them down. See, they're sending the Greatswords to come and deal with us. But too little, too late. We already got their handgunners. Okay, gone. Get out of there. So if we want to have any chance at all of breaking these guys, we have to kill their general. Alright, we can bring him now, because the missile units are done. And he's got passive regen, which will help. But keep them in a mixed, the zombies, so they just don't take damage really quickly. They won't dish out damage that much, but we just want them to use their effectiveness slowly across the enemy. We really want to utilize these zombies here. Just their massive amounts of hit points. Fucking Greatswords, get out of my way. So yeah, like I said, you really don't want to be fighting their missile units when they've got melee infantry support. We don't want to be recharging this yet. There's going to be a bunch of guys just getting stuck. I can heal them though. Get back over here. Where is their general gone? Oh, there he is. Okay. Really want to make sure you're getting rid of him. Okay. Just wait until I've got 30 winds of magic. It's not urgent to cast just yet. So those guys are actually proven to be quite a pain in the ass. Just gotta wait for the Greatswords here to commit to a fight, because they won't go and help with the Free Company militia if they're busy. Alright, he's in the fight now. Lost one man, killed one man. So yeah, that's it. He's doing okay. Doing okay. But just to mix these guys here. The enemy units are mostly in the water, so that's what we definitely wanted to see there. Now, after this engagement here, we stop using the bats completely, except for units that are completely broken. Because they will never do any damage to the Greatswords there. So they're doing okay, not amazing. Oh my god, I just... it's a missile unit. I know it's like a hybrid. Come on, get out of there. Cool. Should be able to break them now. How are we going over here? It'd be really good if we actually kill the enemy general, not just rout him. Come on, get him. Because, yeah, minus 10 leadership on them will just make it just a little bit easier to break him. Balance of power's in our favor now, but that doesn't mean we've won. Okay, good. We actually killed the enemy general. Good. Get back in over here. And let's chuck in the heck over here. We don't want to overcast it, because any miscast on him is just not worth it, just to get a few extra of them. Alright, cool. Let's just give him some time to rest now. Now, the water here is not going to affect him. And it's also going to make it so that when they charge back at us, it's not going to do as much damage. Now, we're not going to cycle charge with the Dire Pack. It's just not going to do anything. Just leave these back here, because, yeah, it's just not going to do anything. Okay, cycle charging him in the rear can also be quite useful as well. Because this, the enemy counter-charging only really works against cavalry. And so far... actually, this one's taking damage now. Move him back a bit. Give him some time to rest. Take a bit of damage pulling out, but just need some rest time. Same thing with him, just getting him to recover his fatigue. Okay, now comes the hard part, actually breaking these guys. So they're all exhausted. And doing these cycle charges with single entities can actually work out really well, rather than just leaving him in melee. Just avoid them for the time being, till we've recovered our fatigue. They're also regenerating passively. If we can lure this one away for a little bit, that would be good. Okay, he's at full health. He needs another heck. Because that one regenerates as well. If it's not gaining health, it means every entity is at max health. If you keep cycle charging, he just doesn't get a chance to actually get hit by them that much. So I don't want to run back too far, because I actually do want this guy to come out this way. Because that way we can just focus on these 4 here, that are more damaged than this one. If we can manage to break them somehow. And what kind of leadership are we looking at here? We've got a lot to... We've got a lot of ground to cover here. They're still mostly just eating down on zombies. They haven't started on our other units here, which are fresh, which is what we want. Because like I said, the zombies just aren't worth much. Even though they got hundreds of kills, it's just zombies, don't worry about it. That's what they're there for. Just to buy time. I wish he wouldn't get really stuck in there. Okay, could probably use a little bit of a rest now. Alright, I can heal just a tiny little bit more with the... Oops, go back, go back. My bad, my bad, my bad. Took a bit of damage there, and one of them died, but that's okay. Just luring that away is good. Okay, I think they've, for the most part, come out of the water now. Alright, let's get them back. Alright, I need this one to try to keep this one busy. But now it's time to start cycle charging with you. Running out of magic. Now another thing about this formation is why you don't go wide, is that because so many of their units just aren't in combat, they're just not eating us really quickly, which is what we wanted. Well, when you can't win in a straight up engagement, try to delay them. So go with a wider, not wider, a more narrow formation, because they'll just try and match you. Notice they're not even really trying to flank. Also being near the corner kind of prevented that. That's it. Give them something easy that they can't actually catch to go and chase. I can't put them on skirmish mode. Still haven't recovered all of our fatigue though. Like I said, with these, just don't even use them anymore. I guess bring them over here just so that we can start inflicting the faster, stronger enemies penalty on them, but don't put a hex on them. Not unless we had like an excess of wins, which we definitely do not. Okay, they're just about through our zombies. It's really important that when these guys do charge in, they're at full strength. so we can just maximize the amount of damage that they do on those first few charges.
Rise against us. Blood magic.
Okay. Now you get back in there, really try to pin them down, because we're about to go in. Okay, got full numbers. Let's do this. Now, if they turn around to countercharge us, we will end up taking more damage than them. Luckily, they didn't do that. We've got to get out of there straight away. Don't get stuck into the melee, because we will take way more damage than they will. Oh, did we actually get out of there without losing anyone? That's so rare with cavalry. Alright, let's try and see how much damage we actually do on the charge. So we're currently on 6961. Could just sit there and wait for them to heal. But the problem is we're on the clock here. They're eating through us, so we've got to keep charging. Alright, let's see how much damage we do on a charge. 6961, just remember that number.
Vampire law.
Right, leave them in combat. Just gives them a chance to turn around and kill us. Good, nobody got killed again. 1,000 damage. It's not too bad, not too bad. But these are good charges that we're making here. See, what will happen sometimes, that your unit will just get stuck. Really helps that they were pretty much as close to fresh as possible. God damn, that skeleton's almost gone. That's it, pull them out straight away before they take too much damage. Right, you get in there as well. Help fight. Alright, you come back over here now. Because we just gotta try to terror break them. So we just need as many guys over here as possible. Okay, yeah, some guys got stuck, just ignore them. Snooze, you lose, dipshit. Come on, charge in. Come on, just keep using the command order over and over and over again, so they don't forget the order. Yeah, some of them just get stuck. Balance of power is improving, but is it enough? That was a shit charge. They kind of half-assed that one. I think it's because there was a unit stuck over here. It'll take ages for that guy to get back. But yeah, they just will not break, will they? Don't leave them in prolonged combat. They will lose in melee versus those greatswords. Have to cycle charge. Okay, we're getting close to breaking. We don't want these guys here to do anything other than just be here. Because we should be getting the faster, stronger enemies penalty. Yeah, okay, it's -4 at the moment. It can go up to -26. Another reason why we want to lure one of them away, because if he was here, he'll get rid of that penalty. We've almost got him. Oh, they're really dishing out some damage to us now. Yeah. Very close to breaking. When one breaks, the others might follow. He's got no more regen left to go.
Vampire law.
Running out of regen here. No point using a heck on them at this point. Oh, we broke them. Is it? It's not the army losses, but we're just about to break the whole lot of them. If one breaks, the whole lot of them go. Because now they've got the faster, stronger enemies penalty. It's now at... We did it. There's the army losses. Get rid of him. We did it. Cool, so the cavalry there was definitely key to victory, and same with these guys here. Having them at the end was really important. They didn't manage to do much damage, really. Like 7,600, that's not a full amount of health from a greatsword unit. Like, they've got 9,000 health. And I used like a bunch of the hex on them. We used up all of their healing. Like I said, they don't match up against them. So, 34 melee attack, 45 melee defense. High melee attack, low melee defense. Got more weapon strength, but we don't have the armor piercing. Yeah, that's where they had the advantage. That's okay, their stats count for nothing when they're being run down. This will just ensure that you don't have to deal with this particular unit next time. So a lot of these sort of tactics, you can actually draw these from historical sources. This is why, like, the Romans, as I usually use the Romans when using infantry tactics, right? Because they really had that down pat. They would use up their worst units first. Well, they're like their fresher, like their youngest men first, just to tire down the enemy. And when they were spent, they would then send in the next tier, and then only in the toughest battles would they then send in their elite troops to finish what should be an exhausted enemy off. Didn't always work either. Depends on the situation. Definitely worked in this situation. Look how many kills I got, but it was mostly zombies. The fuck? We killed them both. Yeah, take the money. I'm the AI. I get to cheat. Stupid bitch. Anyway, you should just be able to finish him off easily enough. And to be honest, that's probably for the best, because otherwise they just would have recruited a new one. And is that their lord? No, that's not. That's not their faction leader. So yeah, you should be able to finish that off with an easy auto resolve there. Whoop. There we go. That's what you get for fighting to the death in that battle. They had no troops afterwards. Easy to wipe them out. And there we go. That's how you sort of lean into the difficulty and just try to not let them have that much of advantage, because if we had spread out wide and just charged at them, it would have just allowed them to kill us quicker. We needed enough time for the cavalry to just keep charging in and in and in and again. Also gave us more time to generate more winds of magic and generate more winds regeneration, which is what we needed there, to just give us little bits of bounce of power here and there. Using the zombies to slow them down was really useful, and then also using the water to slow them down. I know at the end they sort of walked out of the water a little bit, but at the beginning it slowed them down a fair bit. Anyway, that's the end of this one. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you learned something about, I guess, how to play vampire accounts without Wind of Death. And I'll appreciate you, and I'll see you next time, fuckers. Bye.